going guys, Zennosh here, and today in this video of Epic 7 I am bringing you guys an amazing video on how to use Tywin in PvP arena. Let's say you have Tywin, but you might actually have some a little bit problem with using him because he's a little bit like complicated hero unit. If you really don't know how to use him properly, he might actually be nothing, but if you really do know how to use him, he can actually prove to be a very amazing addition to your team, especially if you are fighting in the PvP arena. He can actually give you a really good hand, okay? I mean, like, he can really boost up your performance in the PvP arena and also can turn the tide of the battle even if you are supposed to be at a very disadvantageous side, okay? So now let's start and let's discuss about like how Tywin is actually going to be a really great unit in your team, okay? First of all guys, Tywin should actually come in this like CR priority list, okay? Our Tywin should actually come just right before the main damage dealer hero, okay? For right now in this case, it's my Seaside Bellona. She is my main damage disher, okay? She's an AoE targeting unit, and then like she can actually deal a massive amount of damage, and I have really made sure that my Tywin is actually gonna come in this CR priority right before Seaside Bellona. And you might be asking like, how do I actually manage to do that? First of all guys, before Tywin, obviously there should be two units that should come first, okay? 1 2 3 4, okay? The priority should be like that one, because like you really want to have like CR pushers or CR reducers. CR meaning combat readiness, okay? Combat readiness pushers, like let's say Requiem Roar, Rose, okay? And CR reducers like Lilias, okay? That kind of hero will actually be really beneficial if you can actually put them, or let's say make them perform, or have them make their action right before the Tywin, okay? And then on the third place should actually come your Tywin, and on the fourth place then should come your main damage dealing machine, okay? So in this case of scenario, this will be really helpful to you guys. First of all guys, always try to put a CR pusher, like let's say our Requiem Roar right over here, or maybe Rose. This will really allow you to have a very amazing advantage against your opponents, guys, okay? And now I'm actually gonna show you how. So right over here, it's actually my Bal and Sazan who actually came first. I have taken Bal and Sazan, but instead of him, I could have even used Lilias, okay? She's actually much better than Bal and Sazan for this situation, okay? I'm putting him right over here just because like he has an AoE defense break possibility, okay? So that's the thing that I am actually putting him right over here. Let's see how many opponents can he actually death break, okay? So let's see right over there, and boom, wow, he actually defense break like 3 of them. That's pretty insane, guys. That's actually a pretty good situation. You might really want to see that like at least 3 of the opponents have their death break, okay? And for which even your Tywin can actually be a really good help to you guys, okay? You have to keep that in mind. And now the ultimate skill, okay, the skill 3 of the Requiem Roar, you can see right over here that like she provides 20% combat readiness to all allies, which is so amazing, okay? And now obviously I will be using this one on here because the ultimate skill of the Requiem Roar can also defense break the opponent, okay? So that actually triggered the passive skill of the Seaside Bellona of the opponent team. But anyways, now here comes the tricky part, okay? Now why I actually asked you to make sure that your Tywin will come in turn just before the like your main damage dealer, okay? Now I'm actually gonna discuss like why. It's because of his second skill, guys. Let's look into his second skill right over here. It says like grants increased attack and critical hit chance to the caster and an ally for 2 turns. Now who is that ally, okay? Is it a random ally? Will he choose a random ally? And well, in here it seems to have that like he has a little bit complicated demand, okay? So that ally will be the one that will come right next to him in terms of this CR priority list. If you are asking for CR priority list, this is the one, guys, okay? So my Tywin is right over here, right? So the another one that will come in the CR priority list is obviously this unit, okay? My hero unit, the ally from my team, who is actually gonna get the next turn is my Seaside Bellona. So he will be the one that that will provide those kind of buff and combat readiness increase, beneficiary effect to the Seaside Bellona. So you have to keep that in mind, guys. This is the key to your success. Okay, so that's the tricky thing right over here. So in case, guys, instead of, if the Seaside Bellona was not here, instead of Seaside Bellona it was actually Baal and Sezan who was here, then what would happen? It will be the Baal and Sezan that the Tywin will actually provide this buff to. Okay, so that's the situation, and that's the case and condition right out here. So you have to keep that in mind, guys. So another thing that why Tywin is so good in the PvP battle is that, let's look into his ultimate skill, guys. There is a soul burn effect. There is a soul burn effect, guys. If you can actually consume 20 soul during this turn, what's gonna happen is that he will grant an extra turn, which is so amazing, guys. Yes, if you can, like, in sort of case, like, he will be able to use his ultimate skill, and then he will be able to follow up with the second skill again, which is amazing, isn't it? And you might say, like, so how good is this ultimate skill of our Tywin? Hey, it is really, really great, guys. Just look at it. 100% chance to break the defense or decrease the defense of the opponent for 2 turns. That's good. It's an AoE debuff stuff. Okay, so AoE, I'm like, he will not just target just one. He will actually target every opponent right out there, and if he has a really good chance of actually decreasing the defense of all of them by 100%, that is amazing, isn't it? Okay, because breaking the defense of the opponent really will allow you to dish out an amazing amount of damage output, and especially if you have a cleaver on your team like Seaside Bellona, or let's say build rate or a writer build rate, your main damage dealer will sort of like, wipe out the entire team. Okay, that's the situation that you are actually looking at. That's the potential with our Tywin. And defense breaking is one of the top-notch debuff that you can actually inflict on the opponent. And does it end there? No, he will also increase his defense by up to 3 turns. Okay, increase the defense by 60% up to 3 turns is amazing. Really, really great. He's actually gonna have a really great endurance, and guess what, guys? He can also dish out a lot of damage. Obviously, he being a knight unit, or let's say a tank plus unit, what's gonna really happen is that, like, obviously you would really want to give him a lot of health, right? And guess what, guys? Damage dealt increases proportional to the cost of max health. So more HP actually you are gonna build on Tywin, the more damage is actually gonna deal, which is actually pretty good. It's a pretty decent damage actually. So that's the thing that you are actually looking forward to. You can also even increase the damage right out here if you skill enhance it up further. Right? So let's try this into the effect right away. So let's burn it, and then let's use his ultimate skill. Right out there, guys. Okay? Look at that. Look at that. And boom, right out there, guys. All of the opponents now have the defense break. Okay, and again Tywin again got an extra turn. Isn't that amazing? Okay, and now let's use his second skill, and obviously he is gonna provide a attack buff and critical rate increase buff plus 30% CR buff to the Seaside Bellona. Like in case let's say my Seaside Bellona was like before, let's say she comes in the lower priority list compared to like some of the other opponents. Okay, and in that kind of situation all our build-ups could have actually gone to waste. But guess what, guys? Because of the 30% extra CR boosting capability in the second skill of Tywin, even if my Seaside Bellona is at the lower priority list, or let's say it's lower than compared to the other enemy units during the CR priority list, guys, she's actually gonna come in front. She is actually gonna top everyone, and then she will be the one to get the turn. Even though like she was not meant to get the next turn, she will actually come like skipping all the other opponents and come in the main priority list, and then she will actually get the another turn right away. So that is the potential that the this Tywin is actually going to provide to your main damage dealer. And you might be asking, like, what other advantage can we actually seek out of this one? Obviously, guys, as you can see that, like, my main damage dealer hero can actually be very, very, very slow. You really don't need to really focus much on his speed stat. That's the thing, or that's the advantage that you are actually gonna get with Tywin around, guys. Because with this CR pushing capability, even though your main damage dealing hero is very, very, very slow, she is actually gonna come really higher in the priority list. So she will actually kind of like mimic in such a way that like she has a really high speed stat in the first place. So that's the thing that you are actually gonna enjoy if you have Tywin in your team, guys. And now let's reap the benefit of our setup. Okay, so obviously in PvP arena, guys, it's all about setup. Okay, it's all about setup. It really depends upon how you set up your allies, your units, your team, and then like how you will actually are gonna get really good advantage over the opponents, okay, during the process of the battle. Okay, now obviously let's use the ultimate skill of my Seaside Bellona, and as you can see right over here, guys, this kind of team is really good for your cleaving units. Okay, for cleaving. Okay, see right over there, boom, everyone gone. Okay, that's the thing, guys, that's the spirit, right? That's what you would want to see, isn't it? Okay, that's the thing, guys. So Tywin really works well, especially with the cleaving team. Like, let's say you have Sez on your team. Okay, Sez really with his ultimate skill can actually cleave the entire opponent team, which is really great. You can go with Vilred, Arvader Vilred, Seaside Bellona, and many other like cleaving teams. And you can even go with Lilias as well. Okay, so anyways, it's really up to you guys. And now let's move on with the next team. So let's try to fight against this pretty weird guy. Okay, right over here, Black Arms it says. Okay, so let's try to battle against him, and then I will also try to show you like you know, like how to say my stats of the other teammates. Okay, and then I will show you like how they actually come into like you know, like the setup basic mechanic. Okay, so right out here, guys, oh my god, okay, Assyria seems to have like higher speed stat than that of my initial unit. That was pretty bad. Okay, but anyways, Assyria could not do actually anything right out there. No problem at all, because she has no CR boosting capabilities that will actually provide entire you know, like provide a beneficial effect for the entire team of hers, so no need to worry about that one. So let's try to use the ultimate skill of this Wrecking Roar, so that like we can actually get some really good advantage right off the bat. Okay, so let's try to use it right out there, defense break, and 20% CR boost to the entire team. And let's try to break the defense of the entire opponent team with my balances on. Let's see how it's gonna happen, and if he's actually not gonna make it possible, then obviously I have my Tywin on the next hand. Okay, and he was actually able to do that. Okay, so in this case of scenario, should you be really using your ultimate skill? And I would say no. Okay, try to save your soul burn, or let's say your soul for your, you know, like how this is your main damage dealer, especially like Sez and Seaside Bellona, who are actually gonna consume two or let's say, you know, 2 souls like this, or let's say 20 soul. They are actually consume 20 soul. Okay, so that's the thing right out there, guys. And instead of this using the ultimate skill of my Tywin, I'm just gonna use this second skill of my Tywin that will provide 30% CR boost to my Seaside Bellona, provides like 50% attack boost to the Seaside Bellona, and also provides the critical hit rate boost as well. So that's great. Now I can actually use this burn instead of the Tywin. I can actually provide this burn to the Seaside Bellona, so that she can actually increase the damage dealt through her ultimate skill. And let's see what is gonna be the chance, or let's see how it's actually gonna roll out. Right out there, right out there, right out there. Oh my god, did you see that? Did you see that? I mean, like, doesn't this really put a really big smile on your face? Come on, guys, come on. Okay, so that's the thing right out there. So anyways, now let's move on into the hero section, and I would really want to show you guys the speed stat of my team. Okay, first of all, obviously balance is on. Not let's not start with the balance is on. Let's try to start with the Wrecking Roar. Okay, so she's right over here, guys, and you can see that her stats is about 195 speed. Okay, that's why like she is very speedy unit. You really need to give a lot of speed stats, especially to your CR pushers or combat readiness pushers like Wrecking Roar or Rose. Okay, and then like and after that it comes the other units, like let's say balance is on, Lilias, DN, like those kind of units. Okay, which will really help you to actually provide some really cool buff, or provide a really bad debuff on the opponent team, like let's say Dizzy. Okay, that would be really amazing, right? And he has a speed of 189. So obviously, as he has a speed of 189, Wrecking Roar is supposed to come at first, because he has 195 speed stat, right? And now after that one, let's see what my Tywin really has in these in his speed stat. Okay, where's Tywin? So Tywin is right over here. You can see it's 177, way lower. Okay, so obviously he's actually gonna be placed in the 3rd priority list whatsoever, right? So that's the case situation right over here. And now what we do the speed stat on my Seaside Bellona, it's only 132. That's the thing, right? So if you have Tywin in your team and then like you really want to dominate your opponent teams, what's really gonna happen is that like you can actually focus on building your DPS hero unit to have really higher attacking stat. That's the advantage you are gonna get, because like most of the time you really need to focus a lot on your speed, because like if you really don't have really good speed stat, basically you are doomed in PvP battles, right? But in this case of situation, if you have CR pushers, you really don't need to have a lot of speed stat on your main damage dealing hero unit. What does that mean? It means that like now you can focus on other like attack stats, like let's say attack percentage boost and critical damage boost, right? So that's the thing right out there. So just focus on that one and it's gonna be really amazing, guys. Critical hit chance boost, critical damage boost, and attack boost. Amazing, right? And thing is that like her speed is like 132, even though if her speed was like about like 110 or 115, it would still not matter, because like 30% of combat readiness boost from the Tywin would be really enough, guys. Okay, that's the thing right out there. That's the amazing thing right out there. So in the basic situation, you might be actually asking like, what is combat readiness in the first place? Okay, so actually the combat readiness is sort of like a priority list. Okay, let's say like whenever your combat readiness is about 100%, then only at that time you can actually use your action, and only at that time you can actually use your turn. Okay, your turn actually comes when your combat readiness is 100%. That's the thing right out there. And combat readiness is really affected by your speed stats. Okay, higher the speed stats, the faster your combat readiness gauge will fill up. Okay, usually it shows right below the HP bar of your team, or maybe even your opponents. Okay, that's the thing right out there. So meaning like higher the speed stat, higher the refillment of your, or let's say filling up of your combat readiness gauge, and then you will be able to get your another turn ASAP right away. So that's the combat readiness right out there, guys. It's sort of gauge. Okay, and if you are actually gonna get a boost of gauge right away, meaning like 20% coming from the Requiem Roar, and you are getting 30% additional from the Tywin, that's the 50% already. I mean like you are actually like bypassing the speed stats right out there, guys. That's really amazing. 50% extra speed gauge right away. That's amazing, guys. Okay, so that's the thing that you have to really keep in mind. And she is really amazing unit, guys, this Seaside Bellona. So that's the thing right out there, guys. And you can really focus on her overall, like, you know, attack stats, and she's gonna be really a bomb. So this is pretty much for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel, and see you guys in the next video.